Getting started with social media for business is not as daunting as it may seem. We will take you through some simple, structured steps to get you up and running in no time. A word of caution: it does not begin with setting up a Facebook page. First, determine the why. Social media is no different from any other marketing initiative that you do. Ask yourself, do you want to use social media for lead generation, thought leadership, brand awareness? Also, gather input from your stakeholders. Conduct interviews and internal surveys to find out what social media channels would best serve your company's goals. The responses will help you formulate the social media goals and objectives that align with the business goals of your company. The next step is to map your buyers' personae. Who are they and where are they in the social media universe? Find the channels where your teams and your buyers' interactions intersect. Then determine which social media channels will work best in reaching out to them. Now, you can start mapping your buyers' influences. Use monitoring tools to find out more about prospects. Discover who and what influences your buyers' purchase decisions. Time to turn inward now and map responsibilities among your team. It is important to distribute the roles among the key stakeholders by setting up a social media task force around key responsibilities. Social media is most effective when there is shared responsibility for a unified voice. It's finally time to set up your social media channels. Use what you have learned from the internal survey results and buyer personae to determine which channels you will engage in. LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter are definitely popular, but may not be the most appropriate for all. You may even decide to use one channel exclusively or some other platform that's more popular in your region. The key is to know what is most appropriate for your company. Now that you know where you need to be, decide what you will do once you're there by establishing your content strategy. Begin by sourcing out existing content such as white papers, case studies, opinion pieces, and videos. Identify the topics or themes that align with your key marketing focus areas. Research what content would be more relevant by searching for brand name, competitors, and target keywords. Then repurpose your existing content accordingly and with the nature of the medium in mind. Actionable, precise, and simply written pieces work well for social media channels. That means if you have a 20-page white paper, don't just tweet a link to it. Summarize the key messages into a short how-to blog post and tweet that instead. How do you know if you're doing things right or whether you need to tweak your initiatives? That's why you must set up your metrics before starting. Create and align your metrics and the monitoring framework with your strategic objectives. Some key metrics in social media include reach, buzz, sentiment, and influence. Measure only what matters to your business and ignore everything else, no matter how tantalizingly high the numbers might be. Next, customize your social media channels, such as a multi-author blogging platform, a custom Facebook page, YouTube channels, and so on. Optimize them to reflect your objectives, the content on hand, and the metrics you are interested in. Set up a robust engagement framework that shows who responds, how, where, in what channels, how often, and how soon. Make sure everyone involved has bought into this framework, as constancy and immediacy are essential to well-managed social media engagement. Following on from the engagement framework, develop a social media policy based on what's acceptable and what's not, and prevailing company policies around confidentiality and transparency. If you're unsure how to begin, check out existing best practices of other companies who are established in the social media space. Now, you wouldn't want your audience to walk into a ghost town or into a room where the paint's still wet. Start populating your channels with the content identified earlier. To ensure momentum does not flag, develop an editorial schedule. Identify who will contribute and ensure someone's following up with them in a timely manner. Also remember to establish content syndication mechanisms. Social media makes it really easy to publish once and disseminate rapidly across multiple channels. Then, with the metrics established earlier, set up the monitoring and measurement tools. It is important to get these going before you start, so you can see the before and after difference. The launch hatches are about to open. Time to harness the power of your internal networks. Get the initial ballast by having your team propagate, publicize, and promote your social media initiatives. And it's liftoff. As your initiatives gain momentum, analyze its performance. Remember that this is an iterative process. Adapt any new findings into your current processes and keep improving your efforts as you navigate your way through this social media journey. Bon voyage!